at the World Economic Forum in Davos, one of the most dominating stories has been the India factor. Different legs of conversations always have that in their roles. And sort of a very healthy competition going out between the states as well. In fact, if you see right here, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, all these pavilions and all these states really selling out and asking people to come back and invest big. But look who I ran into over here. The very not so arm looking Aam Aadmi over here, Raghav Chadha. How are you?
I'm looking very arm as far as WEF is concerned.
That's true. That's a good answer. But you're also here for the Global Young Leaders Conference and the conversation that is happening.
Yes.
So you were nominated. Congratulations, by the way.
you.
And what's been going there?
So I've been fortunate enough to be awarded the Young Global Leader 2022 by the World Economic Forum. Which when I received the award, I thought, all right, I mean, seems like an ordinary award. But when I got here, I realized the weight and the gravity that is there in this YGL tag that you get. So I'm here for the YGL conference at the WEF summit, and it's filled with energy, and WEF is happening after 2 years, I'm told.
Yeah.
Because
and in the
of
spring, in this beautiful, gorgeous sun.
it's in the sun for the first time. Otherwise, all you see is snow-clad mountains, snow-clad streets. So for the first time, it's happening in the summer at an extremely important geopolitical moment in I would say in the past few decades.
Right.
In the aftermath of a once-in-a-century pandemic, while we see war happening in parts of the world, in particular Ukraine. So it's an interesting point in the economic as well as the political sort of history of the world, and some extremely interesting personalities from across the globe have descended on this small village in Switzerland called Davos.
Right. I was just pointing out about the different states that are all around here. Are we going to see Delhi or maybe Punjab, say, in some time?
This is the promenade,
Right.
which is right outside the Congress. And all major countries try and showcase their projects and the investment opportunities on this street.
And a lot of India presence here, not just states. Yeah.
The only country that has more than one outlet
Yeah.
is India. We have one Indian lounge.
Yeah.
Along with that, we have the Andhra lounge, the Tamil Nadu station, Maharashtra station, Madhya Pradesh. And if you were to look closely, out of these 4 states, you have 3 non-BJP counters and one BJP rule counter.
Yeah.
So this means that, people across the globe look at India as this huge investment story and want to buy a piece in India's equity. And I think this is the platform where a lot of such amalgamations and mergers of ideas and policy and serious business decision making can happen.
I don't know how many serious decision meetings or deals happen. That's been the story revolving around. Lots of conversations happen. Does it actually translate into something? But maybe that's a question for another business leader. Yours first time, right?
It's my first time.
Yeah, my first time as well.
My first time in this country also.
Oh, really?
I've never been to Switzerland before, so.
Oh, how exciting!
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty solid.
What's been the key highlight so far?
Well, so I got in last evening.
Huh.
I've just started my journey. I've had about 4 meetings since morning. And I come here as a YGL. I don't come here representing a state per se in this particular session, in this particular WEF meeting.
You come here representing Young India. Let's put it that way, right? Going by the tag as well. And as a young Indian who's facing so many issues back home right now, be it of employment, be it of uncertainty, entrepreneurship has really been on the spike, but now with the startup sort of rejig happening, stock markets, inflation, these are points of discussion amongst other YGLs as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think the key focus areas in the conversations that we've had in the last few meetings has, of course, been innovation. And COVID has somehow catapulted the digital innovation in a big way. Along with that, climate change, economic revival post the pandemic era, etc., have been the key highlights of conversation that I've been involved with since morning. And I do personally feel that while a platform like WEF may not lead to instant big policy decision making. What it certainly does is it brings two synergies, to two people
Seeds
together
a
that
thought.
could lead to. It
Yeah,
seeds a
it
thought.
seeds
It's
a
like
thought, yeah.
it's an introductory meet that can lead to a lot of business potential. And I do hope that next year you see behind me a Punjab counter and perhaps a Delhi pavilion also, because just so much has been done in Delhi over the last 7 years. I can't speak for Punjab yet because we've been in government for almost 65 days.
Yeah.
But as far as Delhi is concerned, we've been in office for almost 7 years, and a lot has been done in terms of giving an investment-friendly environment and coming out with policies from startup policy to industrial policy to EV policy to film policy, coming out with innovative ideas to attract people and investment and money and employment
I think
in
innovation
the
is
NCT
the
of Delhi.
every fifth word I hear in every conversation here. Innovation in tech, in all spaces really.
Yeah.
And it's what I hear from policymakers to everyone really. Arvind Kejriwal, I hope you're watching this one and hearing and taking from what our young...
I've come here as his brand ambassador. The fact that I've come here, I don't think I am worthy of being recognized as a YGL. This is perhaps the recognition of the Kejriwal
So
school
what
of politics.
what did he tell you?
No, I sought permission from him before coming.
Yeah.
I wanted leave for 5 days. So he was kind enough to
You are also actually not just young India representative, startup India representative as well, because this is a political startup. Aam Aadmi Party is the biggest political startup of India.
Of this century, I would say. This is, I completely agree. We are the most successful political startup, and the most successful founder of this startup is Arvind Kejriwal. When I was going through the YGL list, when I arrived when I landed at the Zurich airport, I was going through the list. I saw that almost all people who've been given this tag of YGL or have been given this award of the young global leader by WEF are from the entrepreneurial space.
Yeah.
You hardly find politicians in this startup sector or startup and innovation in politics. I think that is what Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party has done.
Also, a lot of Nobel laureates come out of this YGL list. They have a huge detailed list of it. What next for Raghav Chadha, by the way? I know Punjab is...
Certainly not a Nobel. Certainly not a Nobel. But
There's
yes.
no pressure. Just the kind of crowd you're hanging out with. No pressure.
No. But yeah, I mean, a lot of work back home. A lot of work in Punjab, a lot of work in Rajya Sabha. I've just started my parliamentary career. I've taken oath. I've not attended a single day of session because since the time I've been sworn in, no session has happened. But it's the starting of a new chapter, and this can only happen. And Sonal, you've seen Aam Aadmi Party grow from a very nascent stage. In fact, you've covered the movement that led to the formation of Aam Aadmi Party from close quarters, and it is only and only Aam Aadmi Party that can send an Aam Aadmi like me, somebody who comes from a middle class household, who doesn't have, the political legacy, does not come from a political family, does not have the muscle power, money power to make it big in politics, to be rewarded with the Rajya Sabha, to get such recognition at the World Economic Forum, at the global stage. And therefore I say, this is not recognition of an individual Raghav Chadha, this is the recognition of the new brand of politics that Arvind Kejriwal has started in India, and which is now being spread across the length and breadth of the country. So it is, I have come here as the brand ambassador of the Kejriwal School of Politics, I think.
Kejriwal School of Politics just made a little footprint here in Davos as well. Last question, have you been hanging around with other friends, foes, frenemies, I don't know what to call them, from other
Political
states?
parties?
Yeah.
Well, I met Mr. Hardeep Puri, the Honorable Minister, in the morning.
Yeah.
I had breakfast with him. I met Mr. Amitabh Kant of the Niti Aayog also in the morning. And plus, I mean, the Andhra CM is around. I think Aditya Thackeray has come from Maharashtra. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to bump into a few of them on the promenade. I've met certain bureaucrats from their states when I visited their lounge. And it's a fantastic space. I think this is a point of convergence where policymakers, business leaders, decision makers, investors all come to one town in this small village. It is extremely small. This is just one street where all the action is happening.
But when's done from work, what are you doing?
So YGLs have planned some fun evenings.
You find fun?
Well, I don't know. I'm yet to attend the fun evening. I'll certainly keep you posted. but I'm pretty sure a nice dinner with some like-minded people and people from across the globe. So I'm eagerly looking forward to it.
Okay.
I've met some Davos veterans in the last few hours, people who've come to Davos